everyone, and welcome to my 5,000 subs Q&A. Again, I am so grateful for 5,000 subs. That has been a goal of mine for so long, like I said, and I'm so happy that I finally hit it this year, considering there wasn't a lot of great stuff happening this year. So to have something to actually be celebrating was really awesome, and it's just been such a weird year, like even reacting wise. Like there's just been so many shows that I thought I would love, I didn't know existed and then loved. Like it's just been so weird. So to have you guys along commenting on what your favorite shows are and what you think of reactions has been so awesome. I'm really excited to do my 5,000 one, so let's dive in. So the first question is, I don't know how to pronounce half these names because, as we know, I'm very terrible at it, but I'll put it up on the screen right here. First question is, congrats on 5,000, thank you. Are you going to be reacting to the new season of Nancy Drew? That is a big old heck yes. I am so excited for season 2 of Nancy Drew. If you watch Nancy Drew, or if you watch basically like any show that was on early this year, you know that shows had to end their seasons early because of COVID and everything. So a lot of the shows wrapped up way quicker than they should have. Nancy in particular, I think, wrapped up like 4 episodes before it was supposed to. But I'm just so excited to dive back because it is like, you know, it feels like it was like its freshman year and like we got like kicked off before we should have. I feel like, you know, like we should have had Nancy more in our lives. So it's been like, I think April was when the last episode was. So it has been now, oh geez, 8-9 months basically. Like there are full-on babies that weren't like even conceived when the last Nancy Drew episode was on that are now being born before the next episode. So I'm really excited. I follow Kennedy on Instagram and she's been posting a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff. I'm looking forward to obviously more of the mystery and then hopefully seeing more of Ace and Nancy. I think that'll be really great. Just saying. So next question is from Christina. How are you avoiding spoilers for SCOM remakes when you're watching it with subs from Tumblr? But Tumblr is famous for spoilers. That is true. I just can't. I always know what is going to happen before I watch the clip or episode. P.S. Still waiting for your blank reaction. Blank reactions are coming, I promise. I decided, because of some new shows that were coming out like around this time, December, January, that I would just wait for blank. I felt like it was a good like January, February kind of a reaction. That might get moved up now because one of the shows I was going to react to, Tiny Pretty Things, I tried the first episode and I was like, did not like it at all. So I promise it's coming. And then to address your first thing with the spoilers, it is pretty hard. The good thing is that I kind of have the Druck English and then Druck clips saved as bookmarks on my computer, so I can just go directly to them when I need to check something. And I also follow like so many blogs that really, unless I go on right when a clip gets dropped or something like that, it is hard to find because there's just so many different things, you know, like I follow like D&D stuff, I follow Nancy Drew stuff, I follow Legacies, so like there's just so much things that it can get buried under, so I recommend following as many blogs as you can. I also go on mobile a lot, and if you know, mobile Tumblr sucks. So like things won't load, so like I'll have like empty gift slots and then it'll say like Druck Clip Friday, and then I know like, oh, like don't look at that, you know. So it kind of, it's hard. It is hard, and I think mainly the texts are the things that I get spoiled for the most, but that's okay because kind of the texts are hard to put in to like the situation without seeing the clips. So I think it's just, yeah, your best bet is to avoid Tumblr at all costs. The days that clips, like the times that clips drop, I think. Could also totally block like the tags for those days if you wanted to until you watch the episode and then go back and look at all the gifts. I know a lot of people do that for like when Game of Thrones was on, they did that, like spoiler things, so that's also a good suggestion. But yeah, I just have been very lucky, I guess, in not being spoiled for things. Next question is from Zooming, I guess, X-Zooming, right? What characters do you see yourself in the most? This is hard. I feel like I would be more curious, I guess, what characters you see me as the most, because I don't want to be like, I'm definitely like this person, and then like, because no one's going to pick like the bad characters, right? Like no one's going to be like, I see myself in Kylo Ren. Like that's just super weird. I think growing up, Hermione is one I always connected to pretty well because she's very bookish. However, I do not like to associate with Harry Potter after everything that J.K. Rowling did, which sucks because like Hermione was like she was probably like my first like female like role model growing up character wise. I could definitely see myself, the case could be made for Lizzie Bennet because I definitely have that type of personality, but again, like I'm picking nice characters. So, you know, I feel like what do you guys see me in? I like to think I could see myself as Nancy, but she's like a little bit more stubborn than I am. I could see myself as Hope, maybe. I don't, it's hard, you know, like there's not like a character I super identify with, and I think that makes it kind of more fun watching the shows to have like different parts of you involved in it. But if there is a character that I remind you of, please feel free to leave it in the comments because I am super curious what you guys would say. Okay, this is from Haley. The question is, if we got a Julie and the Phantom season 2, what would you want to see in it? So Julie and the Phantoms I just reacted to for the first time last month or earlier this month, and I really liked it. I think season 2 there's so much I want to see, and based on like ideas and theories I have of the first season. So obviously I'd like to see Luke and Julie growing closer. I think that would be great. I want to see more of Alex and Willie's relationship. I think that would be awesome. I also want to hopefully learn more about Julie, like specifically like why does she seem to have these abilities with the ghosts. Like I think it would be cool if I read a fanfic the other day where it was like the ghosts started getting more and more powers, so it was like now, not only now can Julie touch them, which she can in the show, but like Flynn could start seeing them, the brother could start seeing them. I think that would be cool if more people could see them. I also am, I guess not hoping, but I just like feel like they should include it because if they're getting more and more famous, it would make sense. Like what are Reggie, Alex, and Luke's families gonna like say and do when they see this band of Julie and people that look like their dead sons? Like I think that would be, we kind of saw with Carrie's dad of like, he's like, wait, I know these people, but I would like to see more of like, because I feel like that's realism. And yeah, just more awesome songs. I think the whole thing with Nick will be really interesting if like Luke gets super protective and defensive when they do figure out that Caleb is inhabiting the body of Nick. I think he's definitely after Julie because he sees that this is like the connection that's keeping the boys away from him and away from them being controlled by him. So I'm just really excited. Like, let's Netflix, let's renew this, please, please. Alright, so Toby asked, what's your favorite SCOM remake and why? This changes a lot. Because I feel like no SCOM remake, much like SCOM itself, is perfect. There's always going to be issues that I have with certain ones. If you had asked me like last year, I definitely would have said Buttfuck, and after the season of Kato, that was just horrific, so like Buttfuck is... So right now I think it's Druck. I think overall it is going to be Druck because I feel like the one thing that I really have an issue with is how they handled Mia and Alex's relationship, but everything outside of that has been pretty much very, very well done. And I think again, SCOM kind of gave a blueprint that was super crappy for Nora, so I see why Mia had to kind of like, it's just hard to pull off a good Mia season. I think the only people that did it successfully were SCOM and Spanya, and that's because they heavily changed a lot of stuff. But yeah, I love Druck. I think the issues they raise are really great. They cast like actual teenagers. I like that they're willing to listen to the audience and explore issues that we would have liked to see in the OG SCOM before it was ended, and I think what they've been doing with the original seasons are so phenomenal and so impressive that it really shows me how well they have a grasp on everything, and I think that's absolutely amazing. Mason asks, which is more important to you in an adaptation? Staying true to the spirit of the source material or the letter of it? i.e. hitting the plot character beats. Can I say both? Because I feel like both. See, here's the thing. I've always been a person that's like, you know, as long as you capture the spirit of it, I don't care if it's like word for word dialogue. And I think that is true because you could have exact phrases, lines from the book, and if you have actors who do not have chemistry, who can't act, who can't carry it, like, it's just not gonna work. And that's the other thing where it's like, I want the spirit of it. I don't want you to make a verbatim copy of the book. Like, follow the big plot points. Don't, like, put characters together that work together or, like, kill someone that wasn't killed in the books. I think that's really stupid. But I do think, like, you shouldn't be, like with Percy Jackson, for example, like, have him say his own sassy lines. Don't, like, copy the sassy lines from the book unless they're like iconic. But I don't want like all the jokes just reiterated from the book because then they're not going to be funny. Like, I already know the punchlines and all that. To that nature, I do also think there are things that are non-negotiables. Like, Percy Jackson movie was bad for many reasons, but like Annabeth needed to have blonde hair, you know, like it wouldn't matter if she was the best actress in the world, she needed to have blonde hair. That being said, overall I would rather have a really well done movie with good acting, good script that, you know, has the spirit of the book and everything, as opposed to like a really bland, boring, just cardboard cutout one that stays like exactly true to the book. And by exactly true, I mean like word for word, like this happens in this order. And then I feel like the thing you see a lot where I'm more lenient is TV shows. I feel like books getting TV series adaptations, that's like changed the game, because I feel like you have so much more to work with, and I also feel like people are more understanding that you have to change some stuff and add in some stuff, because obviously like your goal is to get like seasons and seasons unless you're a limited series. And I think it works well. Like Little Fires Everywhere, they kind of changed the ending, so it was like similar, but it made more sense for where their story was going and visually like seemed better. So I do give more credence to like, I want you to capture the spirit of it and tell a good story. Alright, and then Alan asks, what 3 SCOM remakes are your favorite? Okay, so going back to this, definitely Druck. I think SCOM France, kind of. I feel like it's unfair to say that, because like I did really like the first 3. I love Emma's season. I love Lucas's season. Amir's season was not good. Arthur's season was not really that good. And then Lola's season was pretty good. So I think because it's like the first remake that came out, it'll always have a special place in my heart. I do think out of all the SCOMs, it's definitely the most unrealistic in that like it's very polished and it's very high quality, which like sounds like a good thing, but like SCOM like looks the best when it looks like it's shot on like a camera, like a cell phone camera, and I mean that in the best possible way. So I think because they're the first one, and because I love there are characters like Emma and Lucas and Elliot and Lola that I love so much, that is definitely one, but probably like the bottom. Then I would say SCOM España, because I love Chris and Joanna. Like that whole season was just movie perfection, and I think what they did with Nora, although like I didn't love the season, I like that they changed it, you know? And then Amira and Danny being like a couple was so cute, so I love all that. And then I also respect that they were like, we're just going to do our 4 seasons and be done. Like, I respect that. And then obviously number 1 is Druck. I think everything they've done and everything they're doing with Nora, with Fatou, is just amazing. I couldn't sing the praises enough. Which character would you want to be and why from Elite? Oh my gosh. Girl, they all kind of have issues. This is from Jennifer, sorry. They all kind of have issues. So I feel like, can I pick the headmaster? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they all have really bad issues. I guess if I had to pick one, I would pick Rebecca, because she is my favorite. I just love the way she dresses. I love everything, and like, I guess in terms of like how bad everything happens to people, like she's kind of had the least. I feel bad saying that because like her mom's a drug dealer and like got arrested, so like it doesn't seem great. But I feel like at the end of the day, Rebecca is like a very good person, and compared to like other characters, she hasn't had it as rough. We'll see in season 4, but I think if I had to pick one, Rebecca. I love Carla, but I would not want to be in that messed up family situation. I think even though her mom's a drug dealer, she has one of the more functional family relationships, so I don't know. Next question. This is from Kaylee. What has been your favorite show? Oh, this is a good one to end with. What has been your favorite show that you binged in 2020, and what is your favorite thing to do outside of the YouTube world? Outside of the YouTube world, I'm very anxious. There's not a lot that I do. I like to read, I like to watch TV, hence why I have so many reactions. I like to stay inside, and that's been especially this year. There's nothing else we can do. I really used to like going to the movies, but we can't do that anymore. Like, that was a thing I really enjoyed, going with my friend, like going out to eat and then going to the movie. Like, it was so fun. Not a thing we can do now. Favorite show that I binged in 2020. I'm really curious what you guys think I would say. So if you have a guess, comment down below before I say it. But my favorite show that I binged in 2020 was by far Outer Banks. It was the perfect culmination of so many things all coming together at the same time that I needed. It was right when quarantine was like starting to kick in and we were realizing that like this is gonna be a while. It was a show that I had heard literally nothing about, which is so hard in this day and age. I feel like to not, like, I think because I was just distracted with everything else. I wasn't like checking Netflix as much. I wasn't aware of it till it was out, and I was like, oh, let's just check this out. And it truly is a show, like, it's a teen show, definitely. Like, it's got teenagers, it's got the drama, but I've never seen a show like it. Like, the treasure hunting aspect of it, the found family, girl, you know I love a good found family, so I'm like, hello. The cast just loves each other in real life, and that translates so well onto the screen. And then I think it's a teen show, but like, they handle issues that you usually see specifically on like CW and Freeform handled so poorly, so well. Like, I feel like I love that, like, when they do have sex scenes, it's like not a thing. Like, we don't see it, you know, because we don't need to see it. These are like teenagers. Like, obviously they're adults playing them, but we don't need to see teenagers, like, whatever. So I think it's really great that they do that. And then I also think just the plot twist. Okay, I don't want to spoil it, but like, I was like, when I was about to spoil it, but when the sheriff gets shot and you find out who it is, I lost it. Okay? Like, I was like, I've never been emotionally attached angrily to characters like that in such a long time. Like, I wanted to beat this character up so bad. And it is just, if a show can get you that invested, like, I'm just so excited for season 2. So yeah, Outer Banks was definitely my favorite show. So that is all the questions we have. Thank you guys all so much who left comments, and everyone that has left comments on any show or any video that I've posted. I really appreciate it. And I'm so excited for what 2021 has in store TV wise, with like Nancy Drew coming back, Legacy's coming back. It's going to be really awesome. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!